Okay, here is SNDL Sundial Growers. This finishes at 83 cents today, and that is down 9.77%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here's GGPI Gores Guggenheim. This finishes at $14.78 today, and that is up 15.38%. So we did briefly talk about this one last week on Friday. It was not trending top 10 on StockTwits, but today this is number 1, so we'll discuss it again more in detail. So there was a reason why this stock is going up the past few days. We have news and we have an upgrade, so let's check it out. So first of all, I have to mention that GGPI is a SPAC, and they are merging with Polestar, which is an EV company. I forget which country they're from, but it's overseas. And you know, right now EVs are going nuts. Everyone wants to get in on this EV craze. So some minor news. These are just projections, but Polestar expects to be operating in 30 markets by the end of 2023. They are aiming for sales of 290,000 EVs by the end of 2025. And then Seeking Alpha gave it a price target of $35. That's like over double what it's currently at. And I will say, Seeking Alpha is not a hedge fund, so I wouldn't give this price target too much weight. But yeah, very ambitious price target there. So yeah, really great PR. Apes really liked it. Piled in today and the past few days. And yep, this hit 1641 at the high. Since pulled back, but still really good day for the stock. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap up at 1350, which was created today. So that is a bearish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back down to 1350 eventually to fill this gap. Probably going to happen in the short term, in all honesty, guys. So right now, this is sitting on the support of 1475, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be $15, and then the high of 1641. And if it breaks 1641, then it's onto the upside, onto uncharted territory, and the market will decide for itself what the stock is worth. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $14, $13.05, $12.80, $11.65, $11.35, $11.20, $10.90, $10.70, $10.45, $10.25, $10, $9.90, and then the low of $9.70. So right now at this current price, $14.78, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this comes back down to 1165, the channel starts to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this comes back down to 1165. The RSI is currently at 85, so that is very overbought and very overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 130 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Biggest volume day ever for this stock. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, so this is just my opinion, not financial advice, and it's probably a unpopular opinion, so I apologize in advance, but I'm going to tell you guys the truth. In the short term, this appears to be pretty bearish to me. Like I said, we have this gap up at 1305, so this should come back down to 1305, and I'm predicting it will come back down in the short term, probably in a couple of days. And we have very high RSI and volume. Again, those are bearish indicators. Really no bullish indicators and no neutral indicators. The only thing bullish this stock has going for it is the strong social media sentiment. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, personally, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. This very well could keep on going up. But going long at this point would be a high risk, high reward play. You'd be straight up gambling if you went long right here. Not the greatest idea, but it could pay off. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. But if you guys want to go for it, then sure, as long as you understand you are gambling. But I personally don't think that's a great idea, and I would not recommend that. I think if you go long here, you're probably going to end up holding some bags. But I will say, if this does come back down to 1305, which I fully expect it to, then I think that is a good time to load up. And if it pulls back lower than that, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, Not financial advice. Looks like a pretty decent play. Not the best play, but there are some tendies to be made. From 1480 down to 1305, that's over a 10% downside. So yeah, not the most tendies in the world, but a decent amount. So it's an okay play. I don't think there's too much risk involved. Going short here would probably be a low risk, medium reward play. Again, decent play, not the best, but you should be able to make at least 10% here. So I would support going short, but I will just say please cover at 1305 as soon as this fills the gap. So yeah, congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today and the past few days. Consider taking profits if you're up. Not financial advice, but it does look very bearish in the short term. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is GGPI Gores Guggenheim. Okay, here's AMC. This finishes at $42.68 today, and that is up 6.7%. So our favorite meme stock is trending again. So we've discussed this one pretty recently. I think last week I said this looks like it's consolidating around $40. And it still appears to be the case. No specific news to justify this price action today, so it's just doing its usual ape thing. Apes piling in, still trying to squeeze this stock. Honestly, this kind of looks like it's going to break out very soon, but we'll get to that. But not much else to say, so let's go ahead and analyze here. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 43.25 and 41.95. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 43.25, 44.60, 46.15, 47.95, 49.55, 51.25, 52.40, 53.90, 55.15, 56.75, 58.05, 59.40, 61.10, 62.35, 65, 68.75, and then the high of 72.62. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 41.95, 40.20, 39, 37.60, 36.05, 34.80, 33.65, 31.95, 30.90, and then 28.95. And there is support below 28.95, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Should not be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 42.68, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 57, so a little bit above average, but nothing to be too concerned about. And this did 40 million in volume today, which is actually half of the average. So pretty low volume today. Very odd, makes me think that today's price action was a fluke. So yeah, today's price action was not confirmed by the volume. So really nothing has changed since the last time we discussed AMC, so I'm going to stick to what I said. And that is, this looks like it's going to consolidate and eventually break out. So yeah, here we have a huge bull flag, symmetrical triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it. This has been forming ever since this squeezed way back in June and has been consolidating ever since. So right now this is consolidating around 46 and 37. So halfway between 46 and 37 is 41.50. So I do expect this to consolidate around 41.50 and eventually break out again. This is probably going to consolidate for another couple weeks to a couple months. Still got quite a ways to go before this triangle completes here. But this really shouldn't go above 46 and really should not go below 37. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, this current price 42.68 is not a bad entry. You can probably get a little better if you're patient, but I really couldn't blame you for going long right here. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. So yeah, 42.68 is probably a little bit overpriced, but again, pretty good entry. If you're a little patient, you might be able to get this for 40 or lower. But yeah, I would support going long at this current price and lower. And again, it's probably not going to do much in terms of price action for a couple of weeks. But if you're willing to hold through consolidation, eventually this should break out again. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that and I would not recommend that. You know, the apes won. The apes won. The shorts have been trying to get this one down for months now. Hasn't worked. The apes are not selling. I mean, the best that can happen is this goes back down to 37. Like I said before, it's really not even worth it going short here because At most, you'd make about 10% here, but you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of risk. You know, this is always trending on StockTwits, super meme stock, and quite honestly, this does look like it's going to break out relatively soon. So I just don't think the risk is worth the reward here. Going short doesn't seem too smart. Probably a bad idea, so I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC. Okay, here is SNDL Sundial Growers. This finishes at 83 cents today, and that is down 9.77%. So we discussed this one on Friday. On Friday, this was number one on StockTwits. So let's go over what happened again. So there was earnings, which I believe beat expectations. So that was good news. And then the big thing was they announced a buyback, a stock buyback. So they're going to buy back 100 million Canadian dollars worth of stock here. So I believe that's the big reason why the stock mooned on Friday, because they started buying back stocks. So not much else to say, so let's go ahead and analyze here. So we do have a gap up at 73 cents, so that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us the stock should come back down to 73 cents eventually to fill that gap. Probably going to happen in the short term. This also looks like a possible cup and handle. Top of the cup being 108 and the bottom of the cup being about 60 cents. So that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock might come back up to 108 eventually to complete this cup here. So right now this is sitting on the support of 83.3 cents. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 95.46 cents, 108, 122, 134, 142, 154, 164, 175, 193, 216, 226, 296, and then the high of 396. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 77.51 cents, 69.4 cents, nice, 64.97 cents, 59.95 cents, 55.02 cents, and then 45.08 cents. And there is support below that, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Should not be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 83 cents, the channels to the upside are pretty wide, so expect significant price action if this continues to run to the upside. And to the downside, they're pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action if this continues to run to the downside. RSI is currently at 63, so that is a little above average, but nothing to be too concerned about just yet. And this did 358 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, so on Friday, I said that this is probably coming back down to 73 to fill the gap. I said it might go up to 108 first to complete the cup, but I did say eventually it's probably coming back to 73. So today we have a 10% sell-off, so I no longer think this is going to go back up to 108 just yet. I think this is going to pull back to 73 cents, fill the gap, then run to the upside again. So short term, this looks bearish. Longer term, this looks bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that just yet. I don't think 83 cents is a good entry. Again, probably coming back down to 73 to fill the gap. So I would be patient, and if it does come back down to 73, then I would load up. I think 73 is a good entry. And if it pulls back below 73, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. And if you want to go short, not financial advice, that is a decent play. Not the best, but from 83 down to 73, that's over a 10% downside. So a decent amount of tendencies to be made to the downside. Not the best play, but yeah, you should be able to make at least 10%, so I would support going short. Please just cover at 73, because it's probably not going down too much lower than that. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in this stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice, but like I said, this does look bearish short term. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SNDL Sundial Growers. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe. and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.